Well, it's day 2 of back to school for hundreds of thousands of kids, and back to busy schedules, packing lunches, signing forms, getting the kids off to class. We know it can be a lot. For many, back to school means back to stress, but it doesn't have to be that way. Joining me this morning is Titani Harris, CEO of TMH Behavioral Services. Good morning, Titani.
Good morning.
I was sharing with you. I remember when my two were young and trying to do it all and get to work. It's a lot. So what are the most common signs of anxiety, not just for parents, but for kids too?
Yeah, before I get into the signs, I want to stress that having some level of nervousness or worry at the start of school is normal for children.
Okay.
When we think about the signs, parents should look for things like irritability, lack of sleep, whether that's trouble falling asleep and or oversleeping, lack of appetite. There may be some physical complaints like unexplained headaches or stomach aches.
What about like tantrums or?
Tantrums. Also this thing called avoidance behavior, where a child may avoid certain social interactions and or activities. These symptoms literally tell you that something deeper may be happening.
Okay, so then if let's say you notice that in your children, what can parents do to help their children cope and manage that stress to try to alleviate it or keep it from getting out of control?
Yeah, that's a great question. I want to stress consistency and routines.
Okay.
So having a consistent morning and evening routine helps kids feel safe and grounded. Talking to your children about the expectations, having a space where they can also share, and also kids pick up on our energy. So checking in with yourself, making sure you're taking care of your own mental health. These things also help. And one more thing is positive affirmations. Telling our children that we're proud of them, not just for what they've achieved, but just simply being who they are.
I think that's a really important point there, because sometimes when people get, caught up in the daily stressors of trying to do it all, and kids too, you forget as a parent to just sit back and let them know, hey, you're doing a great job.
You're doing a great job, yeah.
Right.
So important.
In general.
Yes,
That's I wish I had reminded myself of that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
If a parent realizes, though, that they need more help for themselves or their child than they can provide at home, what resources might be available in the community?
Yeah, there are so many resources available, and Dana, no family should have to go at this alone.
Yeah.
At TMH Behavioral Services, we provide a full range of mental health support for families navigating back to school stress. That includes individual therapy, family therapy, community support. We have healing circles, sound therapy, our teen talk workshops, and then our nonprofit TMH Man Cave creates a brave space for Black men and boys to receive the support that they need.
Can I ask you a question about schedules? Sometimes they start to wane the older your kids get. Do you have a thought as to when you should let go a little of trying to impose a schedule and let that child then start to take over? I mean, I'm saying, like, are we talking high school here?
I would
Seriously.
say high school to teach them those responsibility skills and some accountability. Just say, listen, how would you like to proceed? Like, we know we've done it this way for years, but now that you're in high school, giving them more responsibility and teaching that independence. That
maybe discuss if they're not feeling so great because they pushed it.
Exactly.
How do you feel about that?
Exactly.
Now?
Asking kids how they feel is important, especially as they get older.
Okay. I really appreciate your time, because this is a real thing. I mean,
again,
it's a real thing. It's a lot to juggle. So I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
And I know we talked about, where folks can go, in terms of help that you might be able to offer. But I do want to mention it again. There is an entire team at TMH Behavioral Services.
Yes, we have an entire team.
Right, there it is.
Ready to assist families,
team,
yes.
Right? And you can find more information at tmhbehavioralservices.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.